I'm going to be sharing with you today one of the parables also found in Luke 15 about a father and his two sons. I'm sure many of you will be familiar with this story. So two sons working hard on the farm, one restless, wants to go out and explore and enjoy the world, doesn't want to wait, doesn't want to work on the farm anymore. He thinks that the world has far more to offer him. So he says to his father, "Give me my inheritance. Give me what I would get when you die. I don't want to have to wait. I want to enjoy my money now." The younger of them said to his father, "Father, give me the portion of goods that falleth to me." And he divided unto them his living. Well, the father did just that, and the son went out on a journey. He took with him his gold and his newfound wealth, and he started to enjoy what the world had to offer. He suddenly had lots of friends. And here he was thinking that, how could I have been missing all this time, all the fun that's out there to have, all that the world has to offer? Things were going really well until a famine hit the land. He'd squandered all of his money. His newfound friends disappeared pretty quickly. And the only work that he could find was with the lowest of the low. He found work on a farm, looking after and caring for the pigs. He starts to reflect as he realizes that he's so hungry that even the pig food is looking pretty tasty and appetizing. You know, even the servants on my father's farm had plenty to eat and a place to sleep. And he does what many of us do when we know that we're in trouble and we're about to ask for forgiveness. We start rehearsing a story, rehearsing a negotiation. What can I say? How can I explain this? It's going to give me the best outcome. I'm sure as a child, if you know that you've done something wrong that's going to have consequences, you've experienced this. Running through your head and rehearsing the answer that's going to make everything okay and get you in the least amount of trouble. See, he realised that it was time to return home with a plan to beg for his father's mercy and ask to be given a position as a servant. His father surprised him. The Bible says in verse 20 that his father saw him and had compassion. He was still a long way from home when his father saw him. His heart was filled with pity, and he ran and threw his arms around his son and kissed him. He was just so happy that his son had returned. The son said, "I am no longer worthy to be called your son. How could you embrace me like this?" And his father said, "You were once lost, but now you're found." And he demanded that a party be thrown. The prize cow was killed in his honour, and the father called for the best robes to be given to the son. He was just so glad. His heart was filled with joy that his son that was lost had now been found. Well, not everyone was happy about this. You see, the older brother, he'd worked hard, he'd followed the rules, he'd stuck around, he'd looked after his father, he'd done everything right. And he gets home one day to find that a big party has been thrown in his brother's honour. And here's the reaction that I think is probably quite familiar to a lot of us. What about me? This isn't fair. I've followed all of the rules. I've stayed, I've worked hard. And your other son, he's been out and he's wasted all of your money, squandered it, and you're throwing a party in his honour. Dad, you've never even given me a goat to enjoy with my friends. And the son comes home and you're throwing a party in his honour. Well, the father responds in such a loving way. My son, the father said, you are always with me, and everything I have is yours. But we had to celebrate and be glad because this father of yours was dead. This brother of yours was dead and is alive again. He was lost and now is found. You were always with me, but we had to celebrate. This brother of yours was dead and is now alive. There are 3 characters in this story, and I think most of us can identify with all 3 of them at some points in our lives. Maybe you're sitting here today, as I have been many times, feeling far from the Father, knowing that you've taken a journey and been lost, but not feeling like you're worthy of the love and grace. Not sure how you could possibly face coming home. Maybe you've been like the jealous brother, following all the rules, focusing on works, but being disconnected from the Father's heart. Or maybe you're waiting for a prodigal. If you are this morning, ask God for his love and grace. Trust him to bring them home.